Welcome, friends, to another episode of Top 5 Skyrim Mods of the Week. I am your friend Cam. This is your friend Seb.
Yes,
and
we're friends now.
There's also Kevin Van Noord.
It's taken 3 years for us to become friends, not just your hosts.
No, I believe... Well, we've met so many of you now.
We actually have,
Some of you. So I feel like we're friends. We bonded.
I'd like to agree. Yeah. Speaking of friends, one of our good friends wrote into us.
The way you said friends there was quite like one of our friends. No, this guy is awesome.
Friends.
Isaac Greher is our fan feature this week. He sent us a few weeks ago, I think it was, this really nice line drawing of Kevin Van Noord and the chicken and the emblem in the background.
It's perfect. It's absolutely superb.
High praise.
Well, I'm a big fan of this kind of drawing, and he's absolutely nailed it. There's Kevin stood in his family portrait pose with the chicken, who, by the way, looks furious.
Yeah, the chicken looks angry.
Which, it's an absolutely fantastic drawing.
Kevin's face is shrouded in shadow, so you can't really
It's
tell.
actually, it's because Kevin's face is not, you can't draw it. It's a bit like... You know, in the Harry Potter universe, you can't plot Hogwarts on a map.
Sure, whatever.
Okay, it's the same kind of deal.
Okay, you
can't draw Kevin's face. You draw it, and then you're just like, it's just a smudge.
Yeah.
Every time you try, the ink just rolls off the paper.
Amazing.
Yeah.
There you go.
True fact.
True fact. Speaking of other true facts, Seb, let's get to mod number 1.
It's not a fact.
It's a mod. Shut up. Seb, Kevin's angry at my segue because he knows that mods aren't facts. Look how angry he is.
Or is that happy?
I can't tell.
Isn't it that?
I just
the same pose?
I assume he's furious. But this is mod number 1, and it's called Real Bows.
I can tell because our bow looks different.
Yeah.
That is the same Kevin Van bow from episodes gone by.
It is.
Whoa.
But these cultists have kindly offered to let us help us demonstrate these real bows.
Use their pincushion bodies so we can demonstrate exactly how it works.
There we go.
Yeah, perfect.
Yes. So if we have a look at the bow here, if Kevin, can you draw? There you go. It's much narrower, and it's much more like a real bow.
It is.
If you look at the bows in Skyrim, they're generally quite chunky. It was like the art team when they made all the weapons in Skyrim decided they were going to go for this kind of like chunky fantasy aesthetic, which is cool. But a lot of people have since made more realistic versions. Oh,
whoa. And it's off.
Is it going to hit?
Oh!
Right in the heart.
Oh, they're very weak in the heart.
Yeah. Oh, bear! Bear appears.
I love that we're always surprised by the cultists and the bear, even though we load up the same save every time.
I know.
Who would have thought?
This is going real well. I really like these new bows. Whoop, missed me.
You say new bows, we've only seen one bow so far.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'll tell you what, let's go to a place where we can craft and have a look at the other bows.
Okie dokie.
Like Riverwood. Perfect for crafting bows.
It's one of my favorites, actually.
Looks pretty good.
So the whole design ethos behind these is that they're realistic.
Yeah.
That's basically the whole thing.
All right, Seb, let's have a look at some of these bows. Now, this first one is the Kevin Van bow, which we've discovered is the Orcish bow. So it looks very different. It doesn't have any of the kind of green Orcish kind of stylings.
Well, the Orcish design has always been quite like rugged and sort of slapdash, very sharp and rough. And I like this one's actually really neat.
What about the Forsworn bow? Let's have a look.
So that's kind of funny. It's it's got like 2 parts to it.
There we go. Wielding the Forsworn bow.
Well, I'm no bow expert. In fact, I get told that every single day. But I don't know how having 2 bows basically back to back makes for a better bow.
So that first one is really redundant, surely.
Well, given how much fans of this show knew about swords, there must be an archery expert out there.
There must be.
Explain this bow, please.
It certainly looks cool. Maybe it's just for flair. It looks cool.
It's huge.
Yeah. Definitely a longbow of sorts.
Yeah.
I guess you can get crazy distance. But man, that looks a bit nuts.
So it's only replaced the vanilla ones, and by that I mean the non-DLC bows. So the Dragonbone bow is the same. The Nordic bow, for example, that's the same as well. So, but it has changed. You know, the Forsworn bow and the hunting bow and the Nord Hero bow, basically like all the ones from the vanilla game that you can't even craft. Right. So they're all good.
Welcome, Seb, to Markarth and mod number 2. Now, your hate for Markarth is well known. And
it is. Oh, yeah.
But why are we here then, considering how much you hate it?
Because all of the people in Markarth like to swan around because they think themselves super fancy, and they swan around wearing fancy jewelry.
Do they?
Yes.
I hate them.
I've decided that they do.
Okay.
And so this mod is called Immersive Jewelry, which massively ups the amount of jewelry. Massively.
Wow.
And the reason it massively ups the amount of jewelry is because it is a compilation mod of a bunch of different jewelry mods out there. It bundles them all together in one, adding about 3,500 odd new pieces of jewelry.
What? Crazy. So where are they? Oh, in the jewelry section.
It might be in the jewelry section.
Nah, now you're just crazy.
So, I mean, they're not, enchanted or anything, but of course you could just make one, enchant it yourself. Depends how you fancy dressing up your character. And Kevin has always been aesthetically minded.
Oh, yeah. I mean, just look at it. All right, let's have a look at some of this jewelry we just got for Kevin.
Yeah, he is keen. Yep, headband.
Let's give him a headband as well. A lace spread and headband. His eyebrows seem to clip through it.
It's just glued on.
Yeah. I like that. That's good.
The Steel Empire necklace.
Oh, yeah, let's give that a go. Oh, wow.
Oh, I like that it...
it attaches.
It works very well.
Like it is, yeah. It looks like it attaches. It's actually two of them. Mm-hmm. He's blinged up. That's good. And what else do we get?
We got some earrings, which have totally not worked.
No, they really haven't. Where are those earrings? No, he doesn't want to wear them. He's like, no, I've got enough jewelry on already. Well, you may not want to wear them, but you can look at them here, and I guess there's far more bits of jewelry like that around which you can then sell.
Do you reckon what would happen if you drop that?
It's funny because they're so huge here, and you drop them and like, boink.
There you go. Ah! Don't step on my jewelry.
All right, I can fix this. You. I can fix this. There we go.
Nailed it.
Yeah!
All right, let's zoom and enhance.
Ow!
Ow!
What's going on?
Guys, we're just humble jewelry smiths. Leave us alone.
What happened to his clothes? Why is he naked?
Because he too was sporting jewelry.
I suppose,
It's these smug Marthcarthians. Last guy. Bow v bow, huh?
Yeah, bow v bow.
I feel like you won.
I won that fight.
You won that fight. Well done, sir.
Oh dear, that's a terrible.
He's a god. I didn't realize he was a naked god. I thought it was just a naked dude.
But the least important thing is there's our jewelry. In fact, oh god.
More importantly, look how well it blends with the blood
spattered ground.
Yeah,
lovely.
Really, really beautiful.
Welcome, Septimon number 3.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Which this week is another Akavari house. Now, we have shown off a Akavari estate before.
We sure have.
In the classic episode, Samurai Hot Tub Party.
That was a great episode. I remember the hot tub was the best bit.
Yeah, it was. But what's this one called exactly?
Well, this is an Akavari house, so smaller, a little more quaint, I think you could argue. And it's been designed with the aesthetic of the Akavari in mind, so it's very Japanese.
I can see.
In its design aesthetic, not just outside, but inside as well.
Well, outside, it really sticks out in this in the normal tundra. If you look at it, it's like suddenly there's these cherry blossoms and this kind of Akavari style house, and
complete with rabbits and
dead bears,
dead animals of all sorts.
Let's go indoors.
Now, I thought it had been quite a while since we'd shown off a good old-fashioned player home, and this one breaks the basic lore a little bit, so it's kind of a questionable lore tie-in.
Not just breaking law, but breaking standard rules of safety, having an open flame in what is essentially a wood and paper house. That's just dumb.
Yeah.
Oh, more of them.
I'm
not on board with this mod at all, Seb.
You have to be a true expert.
Ooh, an enchanting workbench.
Use it. It reminds me very much of the enchanting table of the past. I love that Kevin's still naked.
I know, yeah. Let's put some damn clothes on, Kevin.
No, keep him naked.
Okay, fair enough.
It's the samurai way,
way, apparently. This is cool. Armor, but armor you can't wear, which always makes me sad. Place ebony blade. You do not have an ebony blade. Place. You do not have dragon bane.
You are a terrible samurai. So, we've seen these kind of things before where it's a nice way of storing your items, making it look like they're all piled in.
So it's really quite small, like that's it. That's all the house. You've got your entryway here.
I don't know, is there something off to the left there?
Dangerous candle, you've got your cooking place, you've got your
basic
alchemy lab
posters and stuff.
You know, your enchanting table.
If you crack open a torch, I think you'll be able to see a lot more in here.
Really?
Yeah, because the lighting's always really bad.
Oh, man, I think we're done.
All right.
Look at that.
I like that you have a little bonsai tree as well.
Yeah, it's really nice. Oh, a bookshelf, complete with no books. Yeah.
Well, it's your home to craft as you will.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's really good. I like the artwork.
I think the thing that makes it most suitable is that it's in such a peaceful locale.
Yeah.
Over by the lake. I liked how the reeds were boldly poking through the decking out the front.
Indeed. Switch armor. I guess it depends on the armor that you're displaying.
Did it switch the display armor?
It totally works. Yeah. No, it's female armor. That's good. So you can customize it to show armor for your character. That's good. Welcome, Seb, to mod number 4. Kevin's still mostly naked. That's because he's got some crafting to do.
It's his favourite way to craft.
Yep, more crafting. That was
just ignore the giant.
Ignore the giant guard.
No, he's there patrolling, keeping Whiterun safe.
Now, what this mod allows you to do is craft gold coins from gold ingots.
Brilliant.
Which, if you think about it, is quite a nice idea for mod because, I mean, you could be carrying around loads of big ingots but be broke.
Yeah.
And it makes sense that you'd be able to chop that up into currency.
Exactly. And I mean, you could, of course, in the vanilla game you can sell gold ingots, but they only sell for about 25 gold. And if you think about that, you're like, well, that's actually a pretty crappy trade.
Although this is actually a worse trade.
No, it's not. You get 100 gold pieces for a single ingot. It's
100 gold. I thought it was 1 gold we were getting.
No, you get 100 of them.
Oh, that's much better.
So when you get this mod, what you can do is you choose the value that a single ingot will yield.
So is that done in the installation process then?
So no, you actually have to choose which ESP you drop into your data folder.
Cool.
So what I did was I went with 100 because I thought that was probably the most lore friendly.
Yeah.
But of course that's only 1/2 of how this mod works, Cameron.
Oh really?
Because what if you say needed a gold ingot in order to craft something very specific,
no way.
But you only had gold coins? Well, of course you'd go over to the smelter, which is right behind you.
Yes.
And you could smelt yourself down a gold ingot.
So shoving all your money.
Yep, so I guess go down to Misk again, and we can go and find a goldsmith's ingot.
There it is.
There you go, and it requires 150 gold.
So you shove in all your gold, and out comes a goldsmith ingot.
I've just noticed the value of the goldsmith's ingot is 500 gold, which makes this a terrible trade.
Oh, it's a terrible trade, yes, but you,
So I thought it sold for like 25 gold. This might have changed because of the there's some interesting stuff going on with immersive jewelry.
Yeah, so wait, no, that means we pay 150 gold and we get 500 gold out of it?
Yeah, but then when we craft gold coins out of an ingot, we get a worse
lose loads.
We get a worse deal by a factor of 500. By a factor of 5.
But I reckon, as you say, that's conflict in mods. But
yeah,
who knows?
Who knows?
It's annoying you can't drop gold. I'm going to make it rain. I can do with these. Make it rain! Wait, what?
Yep.
Why didn't it rain?
Yep.
Where'd it go?
Well, that was an expensive experiment.
I thought I just dropped it, but I don't see it. Did I? Maybe I didn't. No, I totally dropped it.
Well,
wow!
Someone is going to trip over that and have a great day.
Maybe they're absolutely tiny and we just don't
The
realize.
smallest gold...
Oh, there it is!
That's
That's hilarious.
I like that.
Okay. Make it rain, Kevin!
Is it raining?
The frame rate's certainly suffering.
I can hear one single coin.
There they are!
Oh, they're spawning.
It's less of a rain and more of a spawn. You know what will actually make this rain?
Oh, of course.
Whoa, make it rain!
You're welcome, Whiterun.
Woo!
Watch out, Jerkins. Don't get in the way of this gold.
If one of those hit you in the face with the force that goes at, that'd be really painful.
That's a good way to go.
We're going to be finding these coins for days.
Yep. Probably completely ruining Whiterun's economy as the trade hub of Skyrim.
Oh, wow.
But well worth doing.
So, welcome to the final mod of today.
Are we here already?
And it's Animated Dragon Wings. It's a user-voted mod, and it won. It did indeed.
It won by quite a bit, actually.
I'm not surprised.
You guys were keen.
This was the second week it's been in there, but we have actually done a similar mod before, way back in the episode Attack of the Zombie Nicolas Cage.
What an episode it was.
Yeah, that's before our faces were on Skyrim mods, just our voices.
Why would we need our faces when we had Nicolas Cage?
I know, that was that face mask that you'd find and he would quote Nicolas Cage things. It was brilliant.
the bees.
Yeah, it was really good.
Still the Declaration of Independence.
That was it, yeah. But yeah, so back then we also, in that episode, showcased a mod called Dragon Wings.
Yeah.
And it was alright. It looked a bit dumb.
Wearable dragon wings unfolded.
Yes, they were just these static unfolded wings. But this mod animates those type of wings. So, you have to come to a cooking pot to cook up some potions. We're going to miss.
Cook up some wings.
Yeah, you got to cook up some tasty chicken wings. And, it's danger dragon wings.
And how many dragon wings can you eat in one session?
Oh, too many. Too many. But if you look, you make these kind of cool potions. And once you have them, we've already made a bunch. If we run back over here, we can see what happens when you drink them. Whoa!
And there they go. And on they hop. So the animation...
really cool.
Oh, it doesn't allow us the ability to fly, but they do change depending on what you're doing. So when you're running, we can hover.
You hover!
You hover a little bit.
That's really good.
When you sprint, when you swim, they'll help you swim through the water at a greater pace. So I'm not sure this is deep enough.
Yeah, it will be.
There we go.
All right, that's
a little bit of extra swimming assistance
kind
there.
of dumb. Now, this has got a real Legacy of Kain feel for it to me. Like, have you ever played Legacy of Kain with Raziel?
No, I did not.
You never played Legacy of Kain?
I didn't.
Oh,
I didn't.
sad.
No,
I'm surprised.
Oh, sorry. One thing that is pretty cool with this is when you crouch.
Okay, let me try.
And they'll defend you.
Oh, what?
And if you go in first person as well when you're crouched, you'll see that they come into your view to defend you. Keep you hidden.
Awesome. Let's have a look at Kevin soaring through the woods.
He's like a very, very well jeweled up Batman.
He is. It's exactly what he is. Kevin.
Kevin Man.
Can you take me higher? Yes, I can. To high Hrothgar.
All right.
Now let's remove these wings.
Yeah, naff these ones off.
They're great, but, evil wings.
So.
Oh, wow.
This is where
Oh, yes.
I think the evil works with that armor the best.
Very well. Yeah.
Very, very, very neat.
I agree. Oh, look at him. Look at Kevin.
It's just focus and determination.
He does look very evil.
That is absolutely the most appropriate one for Kevin.
Yeah. Alrighty. Let's go, Kevin!
Big jump, big jump,
big jump.
Big jump. Okay, it sort of works. And then after a while,
the little swooping sound you get.
Oh, it does, yeah. It's quite subtle, but it is there.
I think it's a pretty good sheer drop here. Oh, yeah. It is more of like, as you say, a gliding Batman-esque aid than anything else.
The Buzz Lightyear of the Dragon Wing world.
Yeah.
Oh,
there we go. Oh, no. God. Come on. Ow. Ow. Yes. Here we go.
Big fly. It's a shame that there's not more of a sort of like a forward momentum to this.
If only there was a way to blast ourselves high in the air with wings on. These chickens ought to help us out.
Yeah, I'm sure they will.
Let's just punch. Just punch?
Kevin Van Bow, surely.
Boom! Oh,
did you blow the wings off you?
Oh, no, there they are. Yeah, they just took a while. So Kevin choosing not to deploy the wings, which is interesting.
It's okay. I think maybe, much like a fighter jet, he's got them in lean mode, so he can get extra speed.
He has seemed to have flown. Oh, he's landed right next to
a little bounce. Yeah.
Oh, right on his feet. That was amazing. Well, Seb, those wings were definitely an improvement on the last wings from that Nicolas Cage episode.
They were a massive improvement, not only because of the animations, especially the little sounds.
Love the
little. But I was looking there, and the old mod, the wings are really tiny.
They really are.
They're kind of like, when you get fancy dress wings that you can put on your back, and they barely even go past your shoulders. Yeah.
I thought it was just those wings which now move, but they're completely new. Yeah. They've done really well, and it really gave me that Legacy of Kain vibe. I want to know if anyone else had that as well.
I'm sure there's a good mod combination of flight mods and variations that could make those wings work perfectly.
Also, I bet you could get Raziel from Legacy of Kain. You could build him with those wings now in Skyrim, and that might look quite awesome.
Nice.
Raziel's. I never know how to pronounce it. Let me know. Anyway, Seb.
We've asked a lot of questions of you this week, but let's answer some of them right now.
Good plan. That was a great segue.
Actually, in fact, these aren't questions. They are comments from our question of last week.
Yeah, so last week Lucy was inundated after the episode with potential business endeavors. involving her surname. So thank you so much for that. So remember, if you didn't watch, we asked people to come up with, because we have the Camfraz blog and the Ready Sebi blog, and Lucy was annoyed that she didn't have one, and we were like, well, what about Lucy James Gaines, and it could be a blog about weightlifting. And then everyone else has sent her like a million.
We had a lot of different ones.
So let's read a few of them out. Starting with Kahoy Trin here. I think that's right.
I think it's just Trin. I imagine the H is
Kahoy
silent.
Trin. And they say, Lucy James, buy your guns at Lucy James Ames, which is very good.
A lot of these, by the way, we got multiple versions of. So apologies if we don't have your name listed as the person who came up with it. But some of them were very, very popular. The next one we had was from Dan Beaver Hart.
Presumably he has the heart of a beaver and the soul of a beaver.
Extra nimble, and he loves trees.
Yes.
And so he came up with Lucy's landscape business, Lucy James Terrains.
I like Lucy James Terrains. That's good. Alex, at Kagi Alex, who regular watcher of the show, says,
who we met at the Skyrim Live.
Indeed. Says, wishing Lucy luck with her new walking stick business, Lucy James Canes.
Very good.
James Canes. I read it wrong.
Brandon Wheeler came up with your new profit blog, Lucy James Proclaims.
That's my favorite.
Yeah.
That's my favorite. Really good. And then Frida Fang said, at Lucy James, I think you should carry on Kevin Van Noord's decapitation legacy through Lucy James Memes.
That was a very popular one. Lucy James Memes was very good. And then we also had Lucy James Stains, Lucy's new stain removal blog from Tremiel. So that was pretty good. And then, Cam, do you want to field the last one?
Well, no, there was two more. There was, there was just one more. She's a vampire, Lucy James Veins, which is a strange one.
She's, a vampire business.
Right, yeah. Professional vampire.
It could be her private surgery.
I guess.
Yeah.
But we did have one comment, like a non-Lucy James related
Yes.
comment from Brian E. Rittenbach, and he says, Skyrim, where you can catch salmon with bare hands but can't smash 1,000-year-old locks.
Yep.
And I think we both retweeted this, and a lot of people replied. They really liked that comment. So thank you, Brian.
That kicked off a
That was
big
a really nice touch.
I really like that. And then onwards, we've got the vote, I suppose,
the mod
as well.
votes, yes. So this week, up for the vote for the 5th mod next week's episode, you could have Gambling Dwarven 3-row slot machine,
which we put in last week.
We had in last week, yeah.
And it was suggested to us, and I was like, I don't know, gambling? Yeah, I suppose that could work. Yeah, easy second. So if you want to see that, in it goes. Cam, the next one.
Alternatively, you could have Dave, the talking dragon companion pet.
I mean, that's what I'd call a dragon.
That sounds good.
It's like, has anyone seen Dave? No, he's eating a cow.
That's what they should have. That's what they should have called the dragons in Game of Thrones. Dave.
Just Dave.
Yeah, just Dave. And then, of course, the last mod you could vote for is Lost Longswords.
Yes.
If you lost your longsword, fear not.
Yeah.
Vote for Lost Longswords.
We've been doing a lot of weapons mods lately, so
they're good.
Well,
I'll
I'll keep that one on the mental back burner should it lose. But I'm a big fan of
I like
these.
the confidence you've got there in Lost Longsword's chances. Should it lose, which
I hope it wins. But as much as I hope that the others win, I do.
All right, Seb, time for the Choose Your Own Adventure. Now, let me recap.
Yes.
Last week, because we're going through this period in the narrative where Kevin is reminiscing about how he first met Cow.
And he does reminisce.
Kevin said to Cow, kill all humans, and then Cow replied, and you guys decided, that he said, moo, Kevin, moo. And this is where our story continues. Seb, do you want to give it a read?
Yes. We're going to experience this together. I hope you understand. This is going to be beautiful. Cam wrote this. I've never seen it.
Okay, here we go.
Moo, Kevin, moo. These words of advice returned to Kevin's head now. They said so much, and yet so little. Kevin was awoken from his nostalgic haze by the sound of heavy footsteps behind him. He spun with the grace of 10,000 ballerinas to match gaze with Balls Nasty, the orc. I heard you were in Solstheim looking for me, hissed Balls Nasty. Kevin gritted his teeth, and with the noise, it shook the birds from the surrounding trees. If we were to do this, let's get this fight over with, Balls Nasty proclaimed, drawing his orcish greatsword. Kevin nodded and reached into his inventory, his eyes never leaving those of Balls Nasty. With an expression which hinted at a wry smile, Kevin withdrew a weapon from his backpack. The orc's demeanor rapidly changed as he caught a glimpse of the weapon Kevin now brandished. Kevin leapt into a fighting stance, brandishing.
He's used brandishing twice. Whips.
Whoops.
Wielding.
Wielding.
Kevin leapt into a fighting stance. Wielding.
Spinning rapidly.
What was he wielding?
Was it the Kevin Van sword, which we've seen before? Was it the Kevin Van bow? Was it, of course, his fists? A big favourite of Kevin's. The Daedric Doomsicle, or, of course, Cameron?
The boat to Solstheim. What was he wielding?
Yes.
It's up to you. You can vote by going to tinyurl.com/CamFriesBlog. And we should have said if you want to vote on the mods, which we just talked about, then you go to tinyurl.com/ReadySebiBlog.
Absolutely.
So, Sebiblog, Frazzblog. And
just go to both of them.
I mean, both.
Your input's required on both parts.
Vote till your heart's content.
Please do. So,
excellent.
The Kevin Van sword, the Van bow, the fists, the Doomsicle, or the boat to Solstheim. I'm pretty keen on the final one.
I like the idea of him reaching into inventory and just coming up like this with his fists, and the orc going, oh God, that's funny. But it's up to you, and we'll find out next week what happens when Kevin and Bulls Nasty finally get the fight on. Excellent. Well, Seb, that brings us to the end of another episode of Top 5 Skyrim mods.
It does. It's nice to revisit some player homes. We haven't had one in a while.
And also kind of a new version of a crappy mod we showed way back when.
Yes. And I was also glad that we finally got the gold to coins, coins to gold mod in, because I feel like that could have been a very easy vanilla.
Even though much like when you travel abroad, the kind of conversion
exchange rate
is
just terrible.
Just screws
that was my
fault.
You can change that. You have that power.
Exactly. Okay, and you also have the power to come back next week and watch another episode of Top 5 Skyrim Mods of the Week. We'll see you then.